Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am not at my regularly scheduled day or routine, but that's all right. I'm currently in Montana. I've been helping my mom pack things up and move. It has been amazing. It's been really long days, and I have not been able to be as consistent as I want, but wanted to pop on here real quickly and talk to you guys about the benefits of ice cold plunges or ice baths, ice barrels. Also talk about kind of my experience, what I had recently. I've done some hot and cold or hot and ice therapy before, and it's been incredible. I've had amazing results. It helps me sleep incredibly well. But most recently, I want to talk about I was at Power Monkey Camp in Tennessee, and one of the session or breakout groups was pretty much a sauna and then an ice barrel that we used. So Dawn Fletcher, who's a mindset coach, she was leading it, as well as Gillian, one of the girls from Ice Barrel. But we focused on sitting in the sauna for up to 15 minutes if we felt comfortable. Then after the sauna, we went into the ice baths or ice barrels up to anywhere from 90 seconds to up to about 4 minutes. 4 minutes was the max for me. But for some of the benefits you can have or what your body can get could be decreased inflammation of the body. It can increase your lung capacity. It also helps with mindset and breath work. So specifically focusing on your mind and your willpower and also your breath work. So for example, when I got in the ice barrel, the focus for me was very big, deep inhales and very big exhales. So the focus on breathing in and out through my body to focus on not so much the temperature of the water or what I was feeling and my reaction, but also how I could control my mind and control my breath work by just getting into the barrel and relaxing and focusing on my breath more so than focusing on the cold temperature. There was 4 different baths we had accessible. 2 of them were 50 degrees and 2 of them were 40 degrees. And I went in the 40-degree temperature one twice. So, oh my gosh, it was incredible. But again, I just want to talk about some of the benefits, and I am referencing an article below, so if you guys can look at the link below. Feel free to leave your comment on what benefits you've had or what your experience has had with ice cold plunges and also hot or saunas or hot baths. Feel free to leave a comment below, but there's a link below that talks about some of the benefits. There are some journal links in there and some citing in terms of research if you're looking for that, but I'm just talking about my personal experience. I found it hugely beneficial. The first kind of exposure, I would do ice baths when I first started kind of CrossFit. It was kind of a huge thing, ice baths. If you think about kind of the concept of cold therapy or cold exposure, right, it brings all the blood flow from your extremities, so your toes, your fingertips, your hands, into the core of your body to keep the vital organs. But if you think of the restriction of the blood flow in that cold plunge, if you're in there for a few minutes and then you get out, you get a reintroduction of that blood flow. There's also been some information and some research showing that it can increase the white blood cell count. If you think of the same concept of that blood being pushed out into certain areas and then reintroduced as you get into the cold. Again, this is my personal experience. There are other research articles out there. I know Joe Rogan talks a lot about it on his podcast and also with other individuals, but I find it very beneficial. My kind of second exposure after the ice baths in my early CrossFit days, I would do ice baths for 10, 20 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes, but I think 20 minutes is kind of my cutoff. But then I started finding out the benefits of like the heat and the cold. So I personally prefer to go hot than cold. There was a place in California that I went to called Refuge, and it had a hot bath, a warm bath, a cool bath, and then a cold bath. So different temperatures, but you could pop in between a couple minutes between each one, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, then go from the hot to the cool or the warm to the cold. There's also a sauna that you could pop into. So there are a lot of benefits out there. I personally find that I sleep like a baby afterwards. So the cold and the hot helps me feel very relaxed, very tired, very sleepy. It is shown to be really good for beneficial benefits after training. So in terms of like recovery, your body being a little bit less sore. Like I mentioned earlier, the mindset piece is huge. I think it actually challenges yourself to be really focused and calm. So for me, if I'm in the bath or I'm in the tub, I find a focus point that I'm looking at, and I just focus on looking at that one focal point. And for me, it's very beneficial because it allows me to focus on that, and then I focus on my breath work, and then I'm actually able to get the benefits. Like I said, I did up to 4 minutes in the cold plunge, and I found that was kind of my cap, at least at the 40-degree temperature. I've done some baths maybe a little bit higher temperature, like 50 degrees, 55, and I'm able to stay in there a little bit longer. So I highly recommend you guys checking it out. It can definitely help with relieving tension. If you feel like kind of you're fatigued, if you feel like you're exhausted or need to be reinvigorate, I can't even talk right now. If you want to be I'm not even going to start to say that word again. If you want to be reignited, there you go, with your energy. If you feel like you're a little tired and fatigued, then this can definitely help benefit. I know the cold plunges were very popular in like the 1920s. If you think people that are in colder areas, they talk about swimming in the cold areas. So there is some research, and they've been doing it for a long time now in terms of the benefits of it. So I know it's very popular these days. I'm just talking about from my experience. Highly recommend, encourage you guys try it out. I know there's different plunges or barrels out there, but you could even do this in your bath. You could fill your bathtub with cold water. If you have some ice, put some ice in there, let it sit for a few minutes, then pop yourself in there. Put yourself in there for about maybe 5 minutes if you can, if it's warmer temperature. If not, try 90 seconds, try 2 minutes. And then after that, take a hot bath or a hot shower. That can be definitely beneficial for your training. Also, a lot of benefits, like I said, in terms of lung capacity, relieving tension, helping your body in multiple ways. So that was a little bit more than I anticipated talking, but if you guys found this beneficial, if you liked more of these vlog style videos, please feel free to leave a comment below. Feel free to share. If you find any friends or family that you think would be beneficial, please let me know. I'm trying to expand my bubble of what I'm sharing content-wise on here. I love talking about workouts and fitness because that has been my solace. It helped me in so many ways. But if you like more about nutrition, food to pack on trips, ice baths, or other recovery methods, please feel free to let me know, and I will work to be more consistent. I am about to leave in the next couple days back to Las Vegas, so I have a few more trips planned, but if there's anything specific content-wise you guys would love to see, I would appreciate your feedback. Feel free to leave a comment below about your experience of cold exposure or even the sauna, but also let me know what else you would like to see. Entropy is joining us here, but she's really tired. We spent all day moving and all day driving back and forth, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for the support. Feel free to share with friends and family, and I will see you guys for the next live. Take care.